In this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint that has made me a hell of a lot of money inside of these markets. I'm going to show you how I actually approach the markets on a day-to-day basis. So this is going to be literally the blueprint. So if you're completely new to trading, if you're stuck in your journey of trading, I want you to make sure that you've got your notepads and pens out because this is going to help you a hell of a lot. So let's get straight into the chart. So for ones who don't know me, I'm coached by Chambers. I obviously do YouTube, as you guys can tell, because I'm on here right now. And I basically, help people on a daily basis become profitable inside of this space. And I basically do every single thing from education to daily markups, daily outlooks on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you're subscribed before we do get into the nit and grit of this video. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, so first thing that I always want to do is I want to make sure that my higher time frame analysis is my priority when I get onto the charts every single morning. So I want to start off with understanding what the market structure is. So the market structure is doing on the daily time frame. So let me just write this down. So step number one is market structure on the daily time frame. So if we're looking at this current pair, which is GBP/USD, you'll be able to notice that we obviously have a downwards trend happening. So you can see that we've got a clear downwards trend happening right now, but how can we identify the structure? So first thing I want you to focus on is if we look at the actual analysis, we had a market going up and then we had the market moving down. So we go from here. This was at one point a higher low, higher high. Then we had a change of trend here. We then come up to create a new lower high, lower low, lower high. And then as you guys can see, we have literally been trading in this downwards trend currently. So looking at the markets where we're at, you'll be able to notice that my recent daily lower high is here. So I'm going to mark this out. So my recent daily lower high is here. And then my most recent daily lower low is here as well. So we've identified what trend we are in via the daily time frame. Now understand, let me just get rid of all this so it's not too confusing for you, but we can now understand that if the daily time frame is obviously in a downwards trend, that will most likely mean that the 4 hour is going to be in an uptrend until we have the reversal happen. So what do I mean by this? Well, if our daily time frame is looking like this, so let's say we've got the daily time frame looking like this. So you've got your lower high, which is daily lower high and daily lower low. Now, as you can see, it's exact same here. We've got our daily lower high and daily lower low. Now, we have to understand that the 4 hour will eventually, once we've created a lower low, will eventually have a change of trend and we will be uptrending in this 4 hour until we have a reversal happen. Now, once we have a reversal happen, we can then look to trade the trend downwards and break this old lower low and create a new daily lower low. So that is how I approach the markets. So as you guys can clearly see on here right now, we've been creating, higher highs and higher lows on the 4 hour. So we've got the uptrend that's happening currently on the 4 hour. Now we are obviously need to identify where could our possible reversal happen. So before I do that, I always want to see if the market is at least, sorry, let me just mark this out. I want to see if the market is at least retracing to the 50%. So what do I mean by that? Well, inside of trading, guys, we have premium and discount. So if you're in a downwards trend and your markets is gone above the 50% level, pulled back into the 50% level, you're now in premium. So when we're in a premium zone, that's when we can predict and understand that the markets can reverse and carry on this downward trend. Once we're in a premium price, we want to sell. There's a saying out there that says you want to sell high and buy low. So again, once we're above the 50%, I obviously understand that we're now in this premium area. So we're above that 50%. Now, let me just write this down so you guys can follow. So from the daily time frame, Um, are we above the 50% retreat, 50% Fibonacci? And sorry, are we above the 50% Fibonacci inside of the premium area, premium zone? Okay, so that's the next thing that I want to do. So are we above the 50% level? So if we're in a downwards trend, you want to look for the market to come and retrace above the 50% level, and then obviously carry on the trend downwards. So are we above the 50% Fibonacci level inside of the premium zone? So yep, we are above the 50% level of this daily, zone, this daily market structure, sorry, and we are now in the premium area. So with that being said, we've ticked that off. Now, the next thing that I want to identify is can we see, so number 3, can we see a clear level of supply? So again, if it's a downwards trend, we obviously look for a supply zone. If it's an upwards trend, we'll look for a demand zone. So as if we're looking at this currently, we want to be able to see the market retrace and have a clear daily supply area. So daily supply area. Now, I always say in order to identify a supply area, you can simply know that you need to look for the last buy candle that caused the momentum down. So keep that in mind. If I look at this market right now, the last buy candle is this buy candle here. This last buy candle is what caused the momentum downwards. So that is my daily supply zone. So why is that a daily supply? So look, if you look at the momentum, we obviously had the downwards trend. We obviously had, this part here, and this is the last valid buy candle buy up to then have this momentum down that broke this structure. Let me just actually get this breaker structure on here currently. So that is my valid supply area. Now, with that being said, that means that what I would like to see is I would like to see the market react from this daily supply. So if we naturally carry on, we'll be able to see if we can see a market shift from the daily supply area. And we'll do that now. Okay, so let's play this ahead. And as you can see, we are now currently in the daily supply area. Now, first thing that I always want to do is, as I've said on here, we need to understand that we need to see a 4-hour change of trend happen. And I can confirm that by utilizing the daily time frame. So a change of trend is when the market goes from an uptrend into a downwards trend and doesn't carry on creating higher highs and higher lows. It creates a lower high and then creates a new lower low. So if we're following suit currently as we speak, you'll be able to notice that we had obviously a pullback here. We then had this movement up. We have a pullback here and then this movement up. So looking at this currently, this level here is where we need to look for a break to confirm that we've had a 4-hour change of trend. So this is the area, the last higher low on the 4-hour that I want to see break. So I initially want to see this. I want to see the market break, and then that means that we can look for a sell scenario to then carry this trend on downwards. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. The 4-hour is uptrending. This is the last pullback before the movement into the daily supply, which is our valid 4-hour higher low. So let's actually see how this plays out. So we're still in that daily supply. We're now still in that uptrend. We've just had a pullback. Can we see a break? So we are reacting. We're back in and we are still going up. We're still in this higher low and higher high for our market structure until we get this change of trend. So as you guys can clearly see, with patience, we've reacted out of this daily supply and we've broken this 4-hour higher low. And now we have a complete new range. So with that being said, let me just move this here and mark this out. So that is I call it change of trend. So I'm just going to put CH for in fact, we can put for our change of trend. And our valid higher 4-hour higher low is this, lower high is this. So this is our 4-hour lower high. And now this is our 4-hour lower low. Okay, so in this scenario, what I would then like to see is the market have a pullback into this last daily supply zone. So this would now become my 4-hour and daily supply zone, which then I would naturally like to see the market have a retracement. So if we've got order flow correct, we would like to see this. Now, in this scenario, we do not get this, and this is why it's important to adapt. Because when you see traders on this platform or on Instagram or whatever it is that you guys see, everything seems so easy, everything seems so simpleness. And I get that as well. Now, understand that that's just to make themselves look good. So it's not always going to look as clean as this. And I'm going to show you why. Because on here, in this current situation, we would like to see that pullback. Now, let's say if we get this pullback, maybe we do, maybe we don't. Okay, but so we still carry on. No, so we are currently melting. You'll be able to see that we obviously come down. We had a little pullback into here, and then we currently had a little bit of momentum downwards. So if I just get rid of this and drop down to the 4-hour, can we see what has happened here? Okay, so if we look at this right now, you'll be able to see that from this area, we didn't get a big pullback. We had a small pullback because momentum was strong, and then we carried on downwards from this area. So what does that mean for us on here? So what that means for us is we can then see if we can get an entry. So if we think that the market's not going to come back into the extreme level of daily supply here, we can also place a trade on here. So yes, if we, look for a trade idea in this area and we don't get it, guess what? We can still look for a market shift in this area to sell down. You guys on here, you have to be willing to lose money in order to make money. You have to be willing to make, mistakes in order to get that trade that you need to trade. So you're always going to make, good decisions and bad decisions. So if we're looking at this area right now, I know that, momentum is downwards. I know that the momentum is downwards on here. So with that being said, I will then look to try and place a trade from the last buy candle that is in this area. So that is the last buy candle here. That is the last 4-hour area. And the last buy candle is what? Is this buy candle here. That is our 4-hour supply zone. So what I would do, and there's multiple ways you can trade like this, is you can trade from the edge of this box. Oh, you can trade from the edge of this box, give yourself some wiggle room, and you can aim to take out the low, or you can aim for a bigger, trade, or you can simply set a trade from the middle of this box. And that is two ways that you can approach this. Now, if we play this ahead, let's see how we play out in this scenario. So as you can see, we would have been triggered into the trade and we came deep into the 4-hour supply. Boom, there we go. So as you guys can see, by understanding that we had a pullback here and then we had this retracement, you'll be able to see that this is a perfect scenario and you can literally trade this scenario. And if we go back to the daily time frame, if you guys want to become like a swing trader, guess what? That can be, your level that you want the market to come into. So you can start to aim for your 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, or if you're more of a swing trader, you can aim for them lows on the daily time frame to be taken out. And as you can see, what did the market do here, by the way? Once the market broke, we got a new 4-hour range. Look how powerful this is. This is our 4-hour lower high. Once we broke this low, this was our 4-hour low. We had a retracement where this is how powerful supply and demand is. We had a retracement into this 4-hour supply zone here. So yes, not only did you just catch that trade, you could have potentially also placed another trade from this area as well. And let me just zoom out and caught yourself another 1 to 2 almost trade from a second position as well. That is the power of supply and demand. Now, just quickly before we do move on, that is one scenario of waiting for a change of trend on the daily time frame. But I want to show you something else as well, because there's so many ways that you can approach this and the ways that I teach, just so that you can understand. So let me just quickly play this backwards if I can to around about here. Okay, and then let's drop down to the 4 hour. So one thing you can do is when you're in this daily time frame, once you're in the daily supply, sorry, let's keep an eye out on the trend that's happening on the 4 hour. So if we look at this scenario, so we're now in the daily supply. We're in that daily supply, and one thing that we can wait for is, or one thing that we can identify is that we have been creating, higher highs and higher lows. We've been having a clear 4 hour, trend upwards, as you guys can see. And as we are looking at this currently, this is another way that you can approach for a better risk to reward. So look at this. Once we've created that higher low and higher high, we've had a pullback, and then this here should have then gone up. So we should have had a pullback, and then we should have created that higher high if the market was going to carry on in that 4 hour trend. Now, of course, as you guys can already see, we didn't get that. So we didn't get that with the 4 hour. What happened? Well, what happened, guys, is we come up, we pull back, we came up, we failed to break this higher high, and then we had this momentum down. So we actually broke in this 4 hour zone, 4 hour higher low here, which is telling you and indicating to us that we could be looking for the market to then what? Change of trend. Could be looking at the market now potentially having this retracement to carry this trend on downwards. And this is how you can get a better risk to reward utilizing the 4 hour time frame and actually seeing how the structure is on the 4 hour time frame. So now that we've actually identified that we've had a 4 hour change of trend from this daily supply area, we can now start to plan our entries within this market. So first thing that I always want to do is I want to ask myself, what is the last buy candle that caused the momentum down? What is the last buy candle that caused the change of trend? Well, first thing that draws my eyes is this large candle here. This is the last valid buy candle that caused the momentum to shift. So this area here was the last, oh, let me get rid of that, was the last buy up before the market had a shift. So I would now expect the market to retrace into this area and then carry on this downwards trend from here. Now, again, same as the last one, there's two ways that you can approach this. You can approach this by simply setting your trade idea from the edge of this box and having your stop loss above the high. Or you can simply have it midway through the box as well. It's up to you. You can obviously, start to back test this and see which works best for you guys. Go in for, middle of the 4 hour supply, or actually at the entry, the low of the supply zone, or for vice versa, the top of the demand zone. So let's play this out and see how we react. So if you're from the bottom of this 4 hour supply, you will have been activated in this trade. So let's see if we can get the middle of this box. Boom. Okay, so we've got a activation on the trade. Now let's see how this plays out. Can we now see if we can get another break of structure from here? Let's see if we can get another break of structure from here. Okay, boom. So as you guys can see, we have now just validated this because we have got that another 4 hour break of structure. So what that means now is, can we actually add on to this position? So we've got our 4 hour supply area here. Now, as you guys can see, same question. Now that we've had a 4 hour break of structure, so let me just write this out, 4 hour BOS, we've got double confirmation. Now, the first thing I'm going to ask myself is, what is the last buy candle that caused the break of structure? Okay, same thing again. The last buy candle that caused the break of structure is this level area here. This is my new 4 hour supply area. So what am I expecting? Well, I'm expecting to see if we can get a retracement into this and then carry this trend on downwards from here. Now, let me just quickly show you guys how you can swing this, because look, we've got a 1 to 5 here, but you can utilize this to take out daily time frames to swing, have swing trade ideas. Now, we look at this first one. Let's say we aim for this daily low. That would be a 1 to 10 trade idea. Now, I'm not coming on here to say that it's possible every single time. It's not, but it is, a strategy that you can utilize with swing trading. Now we're in this, next. Let me remove this actually. So now we're actually in this next level of supply. Let's see if we can set a trade idea from this edge of this box. We're again going to put the stop losses above the high. Or again, if you want, you can obviously do midway through the box. So again, it's totally up to you guys on here. Let's see how this one plays out. And again, let's aim to do the lows. And then let's press play and see if we can get this to carry on onward. So we're coming down. The market's not yet tagged us in. Now we are tagged in to this trade idea. So we're in our second position. And let's see how we now react from this area. So we're now pulling away. Boom. Okay, amazing. We again have just got that 4-hour break of structure. This is rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This is how powerful supply and demand plus market structure is. Now, I'm not going to continue to do this. We're just going to play this out and we can see how this ends up. This is a 1 to 6 trade. That is, a 1 to 10 trade. How amazing would that be for you guys to catch? So let's see how we continue to play out. And as you guys can see, the market then goes and tags our take profit anytime soon. Boom. Okay, amazing. So that is the power of this trading strategy. Approaching the daily time frame, identifying, what is our let me just get these back up for you. Approaching the market structure daily time frame, seeing if we're above that 50% level, and then also can we see a clear level of supply if it's in a downtrend and demand if it's in an uptrend. So let's put daily supply so you guys can see. And then from there, the next confirmation that we obviously had is 4. Can we see a 4-hour change of trend? That would be the next confirmation. Can we see a 4-hour change of trend, which I've just shown you guys how simple it is to identify. And then when we get that change of trend, step 5, enter your positions from the 4-hour supply area. Bam. And then that's how you guys can simply utilize market structure plus supply and demand to your favor to become a profitable trader in 2025. And I hope that this has helped someone, at least one person on this call. That is me. That means that I have done my job. So if it does, let me know in the comments if you have got some knowledge from this, call. And I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you are looking for extra, mentorship, extra help in regards to this strategy, do not feel, don't hesitate and feel free to obviously message below in the comment section. And also, guys, if you want more content like this, make sure to actually, give myself, subscribe to the channel, give myself, some support on this channel so that I can, continue to grow alongside you guys. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your year, week, month, whatever it may be, and God bless.